Hey everybody, Emily here. How's it going? Oh, I am getting a notification from myself. I have my lovely assistant Dan here, and this is my May live stream. And I don't know, we're just gonna do some stuff. Hi, default user. I'm good. Things are good in New York.
Rainy, except for
today was nice. Yeah. Yesterday was super rainy. We both got pretty soaked walking around, trying to get from place to place. So here's
hope things are good where you are.
Yeah. How are things where you are? Actually, I think it's just you right now. So how's it going? What's going on? Hi. Oh, hey, Nini. Hi. Nini. You tell me. Thank you for being here. Hi. It is May now. I can't believe it. Can you imagine?
It's gonna be May, but now it is May.
Yeah. I feel like that meme wasn't around as much this year. I mostly saw it in like iterations.
Yeah, it snuck up, I think.
60s and clear today. Very nice. It was also pretty. What was it today? It was like 50s here, which
it flirted with 60, if not 60.
Yeah, it made gestures towards 60. Nini 11, how are you? Where are you in the world? Oh, thank you. So today, the thing that I'm going to do is we're going to make a little dinner. I wanted to try out a recipe from the New York Times that I wanted to try. It's like gochujang buttered noodles. It's an Eric Kim recipe. And then I also have this brand called Gem sent me these like free California. Cool.
Oh, very cool.
We're going to be in California in like next 3 weeks or 2 weeks. Yeah.
This month.
So this isn't sponsored or anything, but this brand offered to send me like these are like edible vitamins, and so I thought we could taste test them on this live. We'll make the noodles for dinner, and then we also have, I think Dan and I are each gonna have a beer. We've got this Malt Overboard by 5 Boroughs, which is a New York beer. This is like a dark lager. Thought I'd crack into it. Why not? You enjoyed the rest of the recipe? Yeah. You said you have a whole bunch of 50s church cookbooks. Yeah, I would love to hear more about those because I love a vintage cookbook. Hi, Orville Conception Reviews. I'm good. We're just cracking into these brewskis. So, but yeah, I love a vintage cookbook. If you find anything particularly interesting, default user, feel free to send it my way. Hi, Marshall. I'm good. How are you? I hope everybody's doing well today. What's the weather like where you are? It was really rainy here yesterday, and pretty cold, but today was a little bit nicer. And we were talking before the live stream about like what are some of your favorite foods for when it's super rainy? I'd love to hear. Or like when it's kind of cold. You can call me Orville. Okay, I will. Sorry.
Please call me Orville.
I don't want to assume. Hello. Rain finally stopped. Oh, hey, Justice. What's going on? Rain finally stopped in Jersey. I have like a weird thing going on with my ear right now, and I don't know what's going on, but like it's just like a little echo, like not echoey, but like bubbly.
Probably too much rain in there.
Maybe.
Get rained on too much.
Cheers.
These are good. They're like a dark lager, so it's not too hoppy.
Yeah, it's like a pretty light, like it's like a stout but lighter. We had one the other day. It came in like a 4-pack. They're like $20, so I feel like we better enjoy them. This is special for you guys.
Yeah.
So I think the first thing that we should actually do is just start cooking a little bit, which is we've got some water coming up to a boil for pasta. I'll lift this up just to show you what we're working on over here. So I've got water coming up for pasta, and then I'll have a little pan on the stove, which I'll bring you over once we're actually doing stuff. Yeah, I know the Leafs actually want to play off round. We defeated the hated Tampa Bay Lightning. Yeah, it's pretty thrilling. This is pretty much as good as it's gotten for a Leafs fan. And that's not fair. They've been okay. They've been pretty good last year, but it's been round. Yeah, it's been tough. Always tough to be a Toronto sports fan. No, that's not true. The Blue Jays are also pretty good. They just don't. Yeah, you can't win every year.
Tough.
Yeah, and Boston went down. Yeah, with apologies to my cousins. Okay. So what I was going to do, I was talking about the pasta water. Just before I forget what I'm doing, I'm going to be making gochujang butter noodles. So I have here some butter, 5 cloves of garlic. I have a sauce that's going to be, it's gochujang, honey, and sherry vinegar. So it's like 1/8 of a cup of gochujang, 1/8 of a cup of sherry vinegar, and then like I only did like a teaspoon of honey because I actually have gochujang, like the sauce that already has some stuff in it, as opposed to the paste, which you might want more of this for that. And we're just gonna basically like cook the garlic, add the sauce, add some noodles. It's super easy. It's supposed to be pretty good. So I thought I'd give it a shot. And it should be pretty quick also.
And I'll be sous chefing so that she can hang out with you all.
Yeah. My lovely assistant Dan is going to make the pasta while I talk. Hi Beth, how's it going? Yeah, no, I remember you. Of course I do. And in January you got a new job. Well, how's it been going? Tell me more. And while you type, I will. Okay, so I was just saying a minute ago, I've got these. This isn't sponsored or anything, but this brand Gem. New job is great. I'm glad to hear it.
Oh, excellent.
Gem offered to send like these edible vitamins my way. So I haven't actually tried them yet. So I thought I would just like taste test them and show you what's in here, and we can talk about it. I don't know.
Should I pasta the water and the pasta?
Is it boiling? Yeah, go for it. We're doing this. It's in theory the recipe calls for spaghetti, but we've got all this perchiatelli, which is like, what's the word? It's sort of like a smaller bucatini. Basically, your dream job. That's fantastic. Got some gochujang paste to make bibimbap. Yum! I love bibimbap. I'm a big fan. I like Korean food a lot, and you as you probably know from maybe watching my videos with Kate, my friend Kate, who comes on sometimes and makes. Yeah, smaller bucatini. It's a really good justice. It's really good. Broadly, I really like this kind of pasta, so I do recommend. All right, so here's what I've got here. I got these Gem Daily Essentials. They also sent Calm Essentials and like a Sleep Essentials. I don't know. They're supposed to be all like natural stuff. This one contains what? Dates, algae-based super nutrient complex, which is dried oranges, beta via complete whole algae fermentate. Yeah, it's wild. Acacia fiber.
It is also cursed.
Quinoa sprouts germinated with B vitamins. What am I looking at here? Curcumin C3, which is like a turmeric extract. Gluten-free oats. Okay, so that's something that I recognize broadly, but probiotic lactospore powder, Madagascar bourbon pure vanilla, pink sea salt. It's a lot of stuff in here. Dried apricots, pumpkin seeds, quinoa, vegetable glycerin, sunflower and or safflower oil. There's a couple I skipped because I couldn't pronounce them. Menaquinone, which is vitamin K2 from chickpeas, cardamom, zinc. It'll be interesting. I'll just rip into this thing. Beth, I'm so happy for you. You're opening your third new clinical lab, this time in your specialty that will cover the entire state of Virginia. That is incredible. Way to go. I knew you had it in you. I'm so glad. No, of course. It's Beth is saying she appreciated the shout out, and you know what? I absolutely anytime. I really appreciate like you guys hanging around and watching. All right, let's see what these things are. Daily Essentials, 7 nutrient-dense bites. These are supposed to be citrus ginger flavored. This is what it looks like. And it's supposed to be like a multivitamin, basically. Oh, this is like a little, what is this?
It's like an adult, especially adult Flintstone vitamin.
Yeah, right. Okay. Interesting. It's chewier than I thought it would be. I kind of thought it might be like a granola bite or something when I saw the outside.
Is it not that?
It kind of is. But it's got like it's sort of like a dense, almost like a brownie texture, but in the flavor of like citrus ginger. It tastes like it would be a vitamin, but it doesn't have like a weird. It actually is pretty tasty. Yeah, you kind of there's like it says stone fruit on here. It kind of tastes like stone fruit.
You know what it reminds me of? A fig Newton.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what? It is kind of like a citrus fig Newton. It looks a little weirdish. I think it's got turmeric in it, which is probably where that color is coming from. It's getting really hot in here, so I'm going to open the door. Wait 1 second. Excuse me, Daniel. Woo, that's better.
We have the oven on hot.
Yeah.
Because we're also.
Oh yeah, because we made. A few people said that it was that this recipe that we're making was good, but needed like something else to be a whole dinner. So I also have zucchini and chicken thighs in the oven just because. My favorite level 2 chef. You were also my favorite level 1, level 3. When? Excellent question. 10, 15 years, maybe 20 years. If I maybe take some classes and then like work in a restaurant for a bit, I think level 2 might be, I don't want to say my maximum, but at least for the moment, that is what I was reaching for. Not a big ginger guy. Yeah, it's I love ginger actually, but they're a little funky. But like I would say pretty good if you were looking for a way to eat your vitamins in like a different way. They're pretty good. And Jade, hi. Oh, and thank you, Beth. I like and Twisted Art Lady. Hello. Thank you for being here. I should actually probably get started on just a little bit of cooking. So I'm just going to turn the heat on here
to a medium
low. So I'll put it on a 3. Let me tilt this down a little. So I guess there isn't really a lot. It's pasta water. What are you going to look at? Gabby might move up. Isn't she doing private chef stuff? Yeah. So Gabby went to culinary school. Gabby's like doing like catering and cooking stuff. So I wouldn't be shocked if someday
she's a brilliant person across many domains.
Yeah. At the very least, you should still follow her for all the things that she does, and she'll be on Epicurious whenever they can figure out. Yeah. I think it's tough for her because she doesn't. I don't want to speak for her or for Epicurious. But like, I know that it's kind of like a weird in-between position where like she hasn't been doing it for 20 years, but she's also really not a home cook at this point, unless she's doing something where she's just not as familiar with it.
But very, very much would recommend folks subscribe to her, her social media.
Yeah, she's the best, and she's so smart.
Always doing really interesting things. Not always encasing things in Jello, although.
Oh yeah, if you haven't watched the video with Gabby on my channel yet, I fully recommend it. That's not arts. Oh, amounts. I see. All right, I've just put a couple tablespoons of butter in a pan, and I'm just gonna melt it.
And nothing special butter-wise, right? It's just Land O'Lakes.
Yeah, this is just regular butter. It's just unsalted. Plain butter, and I've just got like a pan here. And I'm gonna just be putting. I told people earlier, but I know it's sort of everybody's coming in and out. So I have five chopped cloves of garlic that I'm gonna be cooking with. This should be pretty easy peasy. So I can like hang around. Oh, except that I'm in front of the oven. So how is everybody? What's going on? What's my May newsletter, or no, my April newsletter came out late last night because I wrote it and then did not send it until last night. I was like, oh, my newsletter. Don't like ground ginger much, like ginger snaps, fresh and stir fry is good. Yeah, here's the thing. I pretty much always like ginger. I was sort of like thinking and talking at the same time earlier, but for me, fresh ginger especially, I love it.
It's a very warm flavor. So, if you're at all chilly, it's like a go-to.
Yeah. And like ginger cookies.
Yeah.
I love it. Gingerbread.
It's funny, default user, you're talking about ginger snaps because there's like a cookie that I used to have as a kid, like all the time. And I keep trying to describe it to Emily. And
did you have it all the time? Because your mom doesn't know what it is.
I know.
Now, garlic I can get behind. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So no one in your family knows what this cookie is, Ding.
I'm sure I'm not the only person who this has happened to, but there's like a lost recipe from your youth that you don't know exactly what it is, and you can't find it anywhere.
I have been trying to convince Dan that he must have been eating a cookie in the grand a ginger cookie spectrum. But like everything that I suggest does not quite fit with what he's thinking of. And I can't figure out what is different about it. So here, default user wants to know what it was like, Dan. Describe the mysterious ginger cookie while I read this other comment.
It was definitely a spice cookie. It was not a hard snap like a gingerbread. Yeah, I saw Justices. I'm glad that we're
I'd love to outpace a political committee meeting. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna grab my little.
But I think it had like cloves and allspice, and I remember that there was a technique where you had like cut the butter in the dry ingredients with like 2 forks. You were like dicing it back and forth, and then there was like an egg wash on top at the end. But I've never been able to.
Okay, so if you had to cut butter in, then it would be that's usually like scone or pastry kind of technique.
I know, but it was a cookie. That's really good. That was like the number one fall. It was like a fall Halloween time. Ooh, hello from New Brunswick.
Hey.
Yeah, New Brunswick, Canada.
Maritime. or New Brunswick, New Jersey. Either way, welcome.
Welcome.
I have some garlic that I'm just sort of cooking here, and so the instruction from the original recipe is just to cook this for like 1 to 3 minutes until it softens, but does not brown. So I'm just kind of taking the raw off the garlic, I think.
Yeah, we always, whenever there's a garlic, there is a recipe for like a certain amount of garlic, we always overshoot
Well, actually, this recipe actually called for this much garlic. It's,
really?
It's a man after your heart, Dan.
Perfect. I felt like you supported me.
Oh, thanks. I hope that it's fun to watch, even though I'm kind of talking to the chat as it goes. Like, should I be monologuing more? Like, I mean, I don't really
do
know.
a freestyle, like a freestyle ode to garlic.
A freestyle ode to garlic. I don't even know what that would be. I do love garlic, though. Garlic is delicious.
Has anyone been able to find ramps?
Because I mean, they're season. Like, it's ramp season, but it's always kind of tough to. I feel like you have to be like
never find them
at like a farmer's market or like in the know, because they're kind of like a foraged thing. But if you know where to get ramps in New York, hit me up.
Ooh, Orville is asking your favorite movie, and you just saw something that I know you really like. Involving a certain Vespa riding exorcist.
Oh. Daniel. We just went to see The Pope's Exorcist, which was not my favorite movie, but which I did enjoy. It was pretty. If you like a sort of a Nick Cage-ish performance, but out of Russell Crowe, you'd be in the right place. Just I'll show you my garlic is just sort of. I don't know, Justice, if you can get ramps in Prospect Park. I feel like maybe no, but I'm not sure. I mean, like if they're there, I feel like the Brooklynites have probably already like.
I bet Justice can get ramps once. I would give you, if I were just a ramp salesman, I would give you the ramps, Justin.
You saw a funny TikTok about foraging ramps in Prospect Park. Well, there you go. That would be interesting. All right. So this is, I was saying earlier, but this is a mix of gochujang, sherry vinegar, and honey that I'm just going to add on top of my now slightly cooked garlic.
Are we going to be frying the noodles in the pan? Do you want them like more al dente?
Yeah, they can be a little al dente.
Yeah.
And then I need a cup of the pasta water.
Yep, I have plans to save you some.
Oh, I was supposed to salt and pepper that also. I better do it now. Yeah, if it's been on TikTok, then there probably aren't any ramps left. I agree. Yeah, I thought Russell Crowe was really fun in The Pope's Exorcist. I should say probably what are my favorite movies though? The Muppet movie, maybe. The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, Emily is one of the only people I know who can sit through all three extended Lord of the Rings edition, all extended versions of the Lord of the Rings movies in one sitting. That's
one of my favorite activities. I mean, not like all the time, but in terms of like an every now and then treat would be to sit through all three Lord of the Rings movies in a row. And like, actually my dream for this year is that I want to do like a Lord of the Rings watch party kind of thing with some friends, but and make like food based on the different things that happen, like meat's back on the menu, and like when what's his face eats the tomatoes. I'm talking too fast to get facts right, but you know what I mean. You know the guy who like eats the tomato in the third one.
Sure.
Emily, you've seen these movies so many times. You've read the books. Come on.
Is it an orc? Because they never eat tomatoes.
No.
That's probably why they're so angry all the time.
No, it's the king that wishes. It's Faramir's dad.
That was the steward of Gondor.
Yeah, when he's the one who he's like, you wish that I had died and he had lived. And he says, yes, I wish it. That guy. Oh, it's like that scene where he's got the chicken that he eats with his hands.
Potatoes. Says Justice.
Yeah. And Lee. Yeah. That's yeah, right. So you could do like a lot of different potato dishes. It is a full day. But it is a delight. Yeah, the Pope's Exorcist, I mean, it was silly. He rides this little Vespa, and apparently Russell
Crowe insisted be in the movie.
It was his idea. He went to Rome and he saw priests riding Vespas, and he was like, that's got to be in the movie. Let me look. Dan is signaling us whether or not he should put the noodles into the sauce. And
can't wait. Here are the noodles.
Is yes. Go for it.
And I've got the cup of pasta water.
Nice. We'll do pasta water and some more butter. And just give it a toss. But yeah, that's the thing I want to do this year. I don't actually know what my favorite movies are at this point. I went to theater school, so like I went to acting school at the Lee Strasberg Institute, and I watched a lot of like classic movies and really enjoyed a lot of them. But like I don't know who I am anymore, you know?
Well,
is that a weird thing to say?
There's a lot of good stuff out there is the problem. Not to
Yeah, I've seen so many good movies. And it's like, how do you pick a favorite?
what are some of the ones that you've watched? Has anyone seen Tomtempo?
What's it called? Tampopo? Campopo?
Tampopo. That's what it is.
The movie Dandelion from Japan. That was pretty good. That was one we watched recently. That was really fun. It has
kind of like a Western
some
style movie about ramen making.
like kind of explicit sex scenes in it though. Just as a heads up, as we recommend that. It's got like there's definitely tits in that one. You got zucchini and chicken thighs in the oven? Yes, I do. And Labyrinth is a great movie. I love movies. What can I say? I don't know. Like I love a classic movie. I love an old Mel Brooks, The Producers, Spaceballs, great. On the Waterfront, pretty good movie. I used to really love like The Godfather and Goodfellas. But I don't know. I think I think it kind of depends on the mood. I've seen Love Actually and The Keira Knightley Pride and Prejudice like probably at least 10 to 20 times each. I'm not super proud of that. The Sense and Sensibility that Emma Thompson made, also very good. It's just kind of like, who are you in that one day? There's a lot of like good movies in the world. Labyrinth is great. David Bowie is a very lovable human. Kelly's Heroes I haven't seen. So maybe that I should have to put on the list. You saw John Wick 4. I haven't seen any of the John Wick movies, and I really want to just do a day where I watch all of them. Is that crazy? Do I just love movie marathons?
Yes.
But like maybe over the course of like a week or something, I'll watch all the John Wick movies. That'd be fun. Am I caught up here on all the things?
Ooh, I thought Dungeons and Dragons was going to be good.
I think that's supposed to be on streaming soon, so I'm going to watch it on streaming. Sorry, I'm just putting the butter back in the fridge. I'm not leaving you.
I can do that for you.
Did I say again? Thanks for hanging out. Oh, someone said, I think default user said, we've already forgotten what we're making. I'll tilt it down. So we've got like some just noodles in like a gochujang and butter sauce with garlic, sherry vinegar, and it's going to have scallions, sesame oil, and sesame seeds on it. And then I've got, thank you. We're not going to taste it live, but I have chicken thighs and zucchini in the oven. We'll taste the noodles, but I figured I don't want you to have to sit and watch while I like also make the things that were just sort of to go on the side to make sure it's a whole meal. I have not seen Renfield yet, but I do very much want to see that. And I very much want to see the Dungeons and Dragons movie. So good. Thank you, Justice, for letting me know. Daniel, thank you so much for the congratulations. I'm thrilled. What can I say? It's been really interesting to shoot like 4 levels as a level 2 and like have to sort of set the bar higher for what I'm aspiring to in a culinary sense. But it's been really fun to get to do that. World War II with Don Rickles, Clint Eastwood, Donald Sutherland. Oh, I see. Oh, you're talking about Kelly's Heroes. I got it. Yeah, I've heard that is good, and I do want to watch it. Donald Sutherland, I'm pretty sure was born in Nova Scotia or is from Nova Scotia.
Maiden Voyage.
Hey, yeah, we just got Dan's aunt and uncle gave us a spare pasta bowl yesterday, so Dan's gonna wipe it out and we're gonna use it. Thank you, hard earned. Yeah, I feel like I did like 50 videos before I became a level 2, so I feel like at this point I do feel comfortable cooking at that slightly higher level. If you made like, I always say like I feel like around ravioli al uovo. I can't talk. Ravioli al uovo was around when I was like, maybe level 1 is getting harder to believe. Lee, I've never seen Idiocracy. It's on my list of things I want to see just to have seen it. Also, because I feel like people talk about it a lot. I actually have a very long list. I don't know where I put my phone, but I have a list of all the movies that I want to watch. Because my friend Joe, who was on the live stream, not this past month, but the month before, Joe and Dan and I watch a movie most Tuesdays, which is nice. So I have a long list of movie ideas. So Idiocracy is on there, and I will have to add Kelly's Heroes and Renfield and the Dungeons and Dragons movie. We're going to be watching movies for the rest of time. Yeah,
Mike Judge is great. The Office is probably one of my another all-time favorite.
Yeah, default user. I know it's Office Space, also a great movie. I actually, the first time I saw that movie, I quit my job that I was in at the time, like a week and a half later. I was like, wait, I'm gonna quit my job. I hate this. What am I doing? I was working like accounting, and it was just, the job itself was fine. It was just not for me.
All those TPS reports.
I was in the wrong place. I was using like QuickBooks. I needed to be free, and so that was that movie really changed my life in some ways. And yeah, default user. I was gonna say, I know every time we would do the pro novice like ingredient swap videos, people would be like, Emily got promoted, and I don't know. I didn't go through and be like, no, actually, because it felt weird for me to do that. But yeah, it now it's over. Now they can be like, Emily got promoted, and people can just be like, yeah, don't worry about it.
Do you want me to put the pasta in the bowl, or is it how long does it?
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm not focused at all. Let me put the scallions in, and then yeah, we can put it in the bowl, I think. Oh, and sesame oil. You want to bring the Oh, I thought you were gonna bring the camera over.
Oh yeah.
You want to bring the camera over for a sec?
Yes.
And sesame seeds. It smells good. I mean, this is a super simple. I feel like this is very much in the same vein as like some of the recipes I did pretty early on. Heat off. On my YouTube channel, like the ketchup fried rice that had gochujang and kimchi in it, and the Audrey Hepburn's like ketchup pasta recipe. I feel like it's kind of the same vibe where it's like butter and like gochujang obviously isn't ketchup, but also like a sort of sweet sauce kind of thing. Although this is a little spicier, which is great. This is a little more vinegar, but I feel like it's kind of bringing that same like very easy weeknight dinner kind of vibe. So we'll try it in a second and let you know. I'm trying to catch up with everybody. Beth, thank you. That is very kind of you. I have never seen any of my Epicurious outtakes, but I have plenty of personal outtakes.
She'll never forget.
Loves Cats. I'm making gochujang buttered noodles. I was actually using Eric Kim's recipe from the New York Times, which I adjusted slightly just based on the comments, because who doesn't use the New York Times comments to adjust the recipe?
Take out the zucchini.
Yeah, you want to, or at least turn off the. And then I have chicken thighs and zucchini in the oven, but we're just going to taste the noodles as they are before we worry about the things that we were going to eat on the side for just our regular dinner. Agree that Office Space is very good. Have we seen the Wes Anderson fake Star Wars trailer yet? No. When was that?
No. Was that an SNL skit with
there
Owen
was
Wilson?
One. They did one that was a fake horror movie a few years ago, which was a really excellent fake trailer. I would love to see a fake Star Wars one. We'll Airplane is also one of my favorite movies. Yes, there are so many good movies in the world. That's the most trite possible statement, but I love Airplane. I think that's also a great one.
I feel like the drinking.
Donald Sutherland was from St. John. I apologize, Lee Everett. I was stealing him for my own province. I don't know why I thought he was from New Brunswick or from Nova Scotia. Maybe he lived there, or like maybe Kiefer Sutherland was born in Nova Scotia.
But go Maritimes.
I kind of want to talk to Lee about where in New Brunswick he is, but I will leave you alone. I spent a lot of my youth around the Petitcodiac area. For dinner tonight, I just had a huge container of spring mix with light balsamic vinegar and a Baby Ruth bar. Justice, my newsletter that I sent out yesterday, you should check out, because I talk about my lunch salad in it. Now, I eat the same salad for lunch, not all the time, but at least like once or twice a week. Yeah, and I used to just do like greens with lemon juice, olive oil, salt and pepper, maybe thyme. But what I've done is I've sort of like lifted it by, I either get like a rotisserie chicken, or we pre-cooked chicken, or I get like a bag. I'll actually get them out. This isn't great, but it's much better than nothing.
It's good. Salads.
Listen, this is not level 2 cooking. This is just like, sometimes you need lunch and you gotta live. Produce shortcuts. Sometimes I just buy these if I don't have chicken otherwise in the house in order to make my lunch salad, because my lunch salad is any kind of greens with chicken, pecans, marinated artichokes, and then lemon juice, olive oil, salt and pepper, and then sometimes some dried thyme or whatever herbs I have in the fridge, or like if I have other stuff that I want to throw in, anything can go in there. Cranberries, apples, or like dried cranberries, apple bits, different nuts, seeds. You can do bacon, chickpeas, avocado. And then you get your fiber, and you get like a little citrus so you don't get scurvy, and you get a little protein so you don't get hungry and angry later.
We're always at risk of getting scurvy.
I thought you were going to say hangry, which I do get very hangry. I'm going to put these back in the fridge.
Loves Cat says my husband uses the same chicken all the time. Yeah, it's a handy shortcut for sure.
Listen, I'm not saying it's the height of culinary. Like if you went to a restaurant and they were like, produce shortcuts, you wouldn't be like,
great,
I'll pay $40 for that salad. That's my favorite thing. But it is good and it works and it's, you know, it's better than nothing. Anyway, let's try these noodles, shall we? Daniel Radley, that sounds very tasty. He had boneless chicken thighs stuffed with sausage and wrapped in bacon for dinner earlier.
Ooh,
that
yeah.
is like a
tip of the cap.
It's like a mini turducken, you know. It's like a weeknight turducken. Not a movie, but the original 6-episode run of Police Squad is great. I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is?
I think you'd recognize it. It's Police Squad was a really big series.
Cool. I don't know. I should know, but I don't. You know what was fun? Not good, but fun is Cop Rock. Dan and I still sing it. Let's be careful out there. All right, cheers. Here's a noodle. Huh? Yeah. It's good. Kind of tastes the way you'd expect. A little tangy, a little spicy, a little buttery. A little bit
These
of
were a good
oil.
Noodle to use. They're very like tubey.
Yeah, and the tubey, what's it called? Percutelli number 6 is pretty good.
Excellent, Justice. Very good.
Yeah, thin sliced chicken breast does cook a lot faster. It's sometimes we'll even buy the usually I try and get like the full chicken breast and then slice it myself just because, like, you know, bacterial growth wise, the lower surface area or whatever. I don't know. In my head, that makes sense. But like, if you're going to just cook it right away, you might as well. Naked Gun movies, also fantastic. That reminds me of a song, Noodles on My Back. Man, I'm getting a lot of pop culture references that I need to look up later.
That was really good.
Yeah, this is very good.
Seems it's like a very comforting because the butter gives it a smoothness to, or like a kind of a creaminess too.
I feel like it needs like a little crunch. Like if I were maybe gonna do this
maybe
just on its own.
Like breadcrumbs in there? Or?
Yeah, I'd do like some toasted breadcrumbs or something on top. And also, I guess if I weren't making also chicken thighs and zucchini, I might either like throw some chopped kimchi in there would kind of fit, or like an egg on top or something like that, just to kind of like round it out. But it's pretty tasty. Maybe a little like, I don't know. It just feels like it needs a little more depth to me, but it is like, it's good. It's definitely like, if you were just like, I need anything to eat, you know, like end of the night, like I'm super tired and it's like, you want something that takes 20 minutes or less.
That was pretty easy to do.
It was super easy. And it's garlicky and it's, you know, it's got a little scallion for
a little bit of spiciness too. Which is...
the gochujang adds like a nice heat. I was going to get out, I have like gochugaru, like the Korean chili flakes, and I was like, oh, it's not going to be spicy enough. I'll bring in my...
No, I think it is.
But I think I was wrong. Yeah, I think it's hot enough as it is, which is good. Although I think it also depends on what kind of paste. Like gochujang has different like heat levels. I guess ours is kind of spicy.
And bacon bits is a good idea too.
Yeah, bacon bits would also super work. Or shrimp even, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, bacon bits. All right, well, friends, I think this concludes. It's already past 8:30. Yeah, stovetop mac and cheese also. I mean, you can't lose. You know, this is like maybe you're tired of it or something, but I love my little craft dinner. But yeah, I mean that's it. It's already 8:30. We've passed half an hour. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. I think you're all wonderful. I hope you're all doing great. I've been trying to do this the first Monday of every month just to try and make it a little more consistent. I guess let me know if that time doesn't work for you. But otherwise, that's what I'm gonna keep doing. We'll have more videos coming out this month. I'm actually like a little behind on figuring out the schedule, so if you really want to see, let me know. I think I'm gonna try and cook some stuff that I've made on Epicurious back as level 1, but like as my now level 2 self, show growth, you know, a little bit, and then
second shot.
Chef Frank and I are still trying to find a time to shoot another video, but we're going to be in California for a little bit of this month, so we'll see. I don't know, anything can happen. Thanks again for being here. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.
Okay.